All right. Well, good morning from the remote northern outpost along Wisconsin's northern border. This is Paul Swanson from the Swanson Report and from Fight Back Media. And hope your Sunday is starting out well. Sun is shining. There are blue skies. And it looks like it's going to be a nice day here. So we are fortunate enough here at this remote outpost that the activities and unrest that has been going on throughout the nation has not made its way to our location. It is happening. Probably the closest place I've seen reports and video and such is from about 4 hours away in Minneapolis. And, it's sad. My friend Willie Lawson from Fight Back Media has done some real good commentary and observations on the whole matter. So I will leave that to him. But we're very glad that those things have not come all this way. Like I said, it's 4 hours away, although I have spoken with several people yesterday mainly that from Minnesota and specifically the cities area, the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. And they seem to, they have come here to Wisconsin to get away. They don't feel safe. They have taken, they want to get away from it, and they've taken extra precautions of securing their homes and property and making sure that they're as secure as they can be without having to stand guard, outside to prevent looting or burning or whatever else might be going on with those sort of things. So those things have happened, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see. I posted something yesterday, and it's unfortunate that George Floyd died. It was wrong. It was something that should not have occurred. I don't think. I don't believe. I'm not an expert in policing, but just common sense would tell you this type of thing should not have occurred. So I also, as a result of the George Floyd death and the response by the communities, and it's just not the community within Minneapolis, but the communities across the nation. The response does not seem to be, or does not occur to me to be it's certainly not a measured response, and it's certainly not I can't think of the word right now, but it's certainly not a response that one would think that would be present. I don't believe. I think that a lot of the response, or much of the response, is strictly or simply a matter of what's been going on for the last 3+ months. Most everybody's been locked in their house or in a state mandated, state orchestrated, state requested lockdown guidelines, whatever. I'm not sure. You know better. Here in Wisconsin, they were guidelines. They were recommendations that we, safer at home. We needed to stay home. We needed to not socialize. We needed to only go out for essential type things, shopping, medical type stuff. And I think that that having gone, jobs have been lost. You couldn't go about your daily business that you had been doing a year ago. And that has transpired into a reaction that we're seeing. People have been are frustrated. They haven't been able to go out. They haven't been able to go do the things that they have been doing. Going to a local restaurant, going to a bar, going to socialize with their friends, going for a walk on the park, on the beach, wherever. And that frustration has just boiled over into what I'm not going to say many, but there are certainly a number of folks who have looked at this as domestic terrorism. It's certainly not a. I think it evolves into two types of things. One is this basic frustration, people just letting out their frustrations over the last 90 days or so. They haven't been able to do things, and poof, oh, here's an excuse. Let's go out and smash buildings and break windows at CNN and Starbucks and wherever else. Target, burn down the Target, burn down the police station in Minneapolis. And also, I haven't read enough of this to really get a good handle on it yet. It is early here. It is just about 6:30 in the morning, Central Standard Time. That a lot of what has occurred is orchestrated and has been a plan that's been sitting on the back shelf for a while and waiting for the opportunity to bring it out. So I've read two things this morning, in passing. I haven't read them in depth, but two things that I know in Minnesota. I'm only speaking about the closer, the things that are close to us here in northern Wisconsin. That the governor, and I think the mayor also, the governor of Minnesota, and also the mayor of Minneapolis, were making statements and complaining that the majority of those arrested and who were you've seen on video protesting and confronting the police and the state police and those types of folks weren't from Minnesota, but they were outside agitators, and they made statements that they were white supremacists. They might have been foreign actors. They might have been Russian. Who knows what. It certainly seems like it's a some Democratic statist type talking points. We don't know who they are, although we are finding, because you can go in and get arrest reports, and those are sort of public record, that the majority of those who were arrested have Minnesota addresses. So they were locals. Now, disconcerting about that, and I'm not sure if it's just Minnesota, but two reports that I saw this morning. And yes, I need more coffee. Two reports that I saw this morning were that one, the Joe Biden campaign got a fund or is set aside monies to provide bail for protesters and I believe that's across the nation. Again, I haven't read. I saw the headline and I briefly scanned it, and I'll have to follow up with that. But I do know that the campaign is providing bail money for those who've been arrested again across the nation, whether it's you know, Atlanta or Philadelphia. I saw some horrible pictures from Philadelphia, LA, Minneapolis, wherever these types of actions are going on. And I haven't seen a figure on that, but I do know that the campaign is apparently providing bail money. Chrissy Teigen, I don't know who that individual is. I again saw the report this morning that she's apparently a fashion model or something of that nature. Like I said, I'm not aware of who specifically she is, but she's set aside $200,000 for bail money for protesters. So, hey, gee, if you're Johnny Smith or Jane Smith somewhere and you want to go out and protest, I don't have to worry about it, because you know what? There's going to be bail money. So if I get arrested, somebody's going to bail me out. So there's no consequences to their action, other than maybe you spend the night in jail. You've got to do a couple of things, go through that process, but no, it's not going to cost me anything other than a little bit of time. Doesn't really set a good example for what's going on. And again, I think that those who are protesting, they don't know who George Floyd was. There's no affinity for George Floyd. He was just an individual who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he died in police custody. Yes, apparently, the police were wrong in what occurred, and that it shouldn't have happened. The officers have been fired, and the main officer, apparently, who we have a video of, who's got his knee on George Floyd's neck, has been arrested and subsequently charged. So we'll start to get more of those details. There's been a lot of rush to judgment on what occurred, which is unfortunate, but that also means that things are there is more information that's going to be coming out as this continues to progress. So we're going to have to see. The churches, unfortunately, churches are probably not open. Maybe they are in your area. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they are not open here along Wisconsin's northern border. They're still doing things like this video broadcasts from church. Probably, I'm sure there are a goodly number of folks who would like to hold church services and just pray for our nation that this stuff is not going to continue. But we will see. So that's about it this morning, the 31st of May, 2020. And we'll put some information in this YouTube video for you. Again, Paul Swanson with you from the Swanson Report and Fight Back Media here at our remote outpost along Wisconsin's northern border. Please make sure to go ahead and hit the like button, share this with everybody that you may know and might have like in kind. If you like the content, please go ahead and share it. We appreciate that, because we're not on a funding arm of YouTube. So we would appreciate that. We'll put some links in the area below here on how you can get a hold of us and contribute if you so desire. But the best thing you can do is to like and share and hit the notification button, because that's the way the video is going to get distributed. So thanks for watching, and we will talk with you all again real soon.